be able to defend themselves. So it's a good reason why it's they tend to die a bit more. However, in this area they've got a very nice success, I can say, of reaching adulthood. About maybe, I would say maybe about 60 to 80% of them do make it into adulthood, which is quite a good rate for animals, just making it past the first years of life, which is normally the most critical one and the hardest one. Our hyena friend here, on the other hand, she seems not to have moved more than a few centimeters the whole day. I wonder if she went out for too long last night and this is why she's so tired. Maybe she even started walking around during the day and now she's exhausted again. Oh, hello! There's a tiny one to the left. To the right, sorry. Yay! Hello. Tiny, tiny little cub. Oh, thank you for coming out. You see, when you've got no expectations, that's when good things happen. We were here this whole morning waiting for this little one to come and reveal itself, but it is finally out here with us. Isn't this wonderful? Oh, tiny little bear looking at us almost. Hello. Oh, I'm so excited. I haven't seen a tiny hyena cub in a very long time. I think it's just trying to wake up its mom. Look how it's trying to climb on top of its back. I don't want to move around too much in case we give it a fright now that it's starting to get a bit brave and starting to come out. So if we sit tight, I'm sure it's going to come closer to the mother. Or to the face of the mother, because he's pretty much on top of her right now. See how wary it still is. Judging by how dark it is, I would say maybe around 2 to 3 months old, not older than that. Lara, I agree with you. Isn't he or she the cutest? Such tiny little thing. I think it's still frightened by everything it can smell and everything that's around and everything that moves, and will potentially just a bit wary of what we are. See, it is incredible how just by instinct these animals manage to survive. If the mother were to leave, it knows that the best or the safest place for it is just to stay inside of the den, where pretty much nothing can reach it. And the mother, I think she's just way too comfortable in that spot. And I think maybe the little one is just actually trying to come out or trying to get her to move so it can suckle, but she's having none of it. She's way too sleepy. Look at that pretty face. I love those big ears. Look at all those teeth. You see, just even when they're very, very small, all their sets of teeth are already there, a lot quicker than some of the other animals. Let me just update the guys that the den is actually active. Update from the Misikaya. There's 1 month one slowly coming out. If you can give me 5 more minutes, that'll be great. Thank you. I think maybe no. Go back in. It is crazy. The last tracks we had of Shadow were not too far from here, and it's always interesting to see just how closely they can live to one another. So all the different species of predators next to their little ones and just passing around. We've had lions walking around this area, so it just shows what a great nursery this is, because they're all pretty much, or well, it is hiding in there, and it's been safe despite all this very, very potentially dangerous animals walking around. And if they were to come across a hyena cub, I'm sure lions and leopards would not be very tolerant of them. They all fight for the same resources. They're all after the same thing. So it's not a cub of something else that they want to see around, because then it means more competition for them in the future. But I think there's another vehicle that would like to come and have a look, and I think we were super lucky just having a peek of this little one. So I'm gonna make space for them, and then maybe a little bit later we'll be able to come back around and see how it's doing. So I think obviously these are the new pretty little cubs on the road, and I'm sure more people would like to see them just to get a greater understanding of just how pretty these little creatures are. But let's go over to Taylor and see what she's up to.